Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Ohio, and I am here to bring you my What's Up Wednesday episode, I think 23. But anyway, I guess you wonder what I'm going to do today because, we never know what we're going to do on Wednesdays, and I'm not going to make a card or anything today. I'm going to talk. I guess I feel like talking today. Tell you what I'm going to talk about, though, is I'm going to talk about our kids. And, I know people have given our kids a chance, and some people have stopped, so they just do not like them at all. And some people love them and I just want to show you our kids on what they look like now, because I think in the last year and a half especially, that Stampin' Up! Has really upped their game on our kits, and they are really nice. And so I'm going to show you the paper pumpkin ones, which are a monthly subscription. You can pay by the month, you can pay by 3 months, you can pay by 6 months, or you can pay for a whole year. But the nice thing about those, if you've paid a subscription up, or even if you're paying month by month, you can go in, say you want to skip a month. You've been busy, you don't have time for it, you just don't want to pay for it that month or whatever, you can go in and do a skip payment. But if you do that, then the next month you got to go back in to tell them you're ready to get it again, because you can skip it for a couple months and then just go back in and add it back on. And so that's the good thing about Paper Pumpkin. I'm going to show you those kits, but first I'm going to turn make sure that I have my monitor set up to where I can see through the monitor what I'm doing. So I have that set up. I want to get a piece of paper I left sitting over here because I put some stuff on top of it and then forgot it. Because that's how I run. But anyway, I'm going to turn the camera down and you're going to see an orange mat. And it looks like it's got, you know how when you see something that's got air bubbles in it? Well, that's what this looks like, because I got a new mat. And to go on my glass mat, because I don't like that glare. And my other mats kept just moving on me, so I didn't like that. So I ordered some new ones, and I'll show you those in just 1 second. Let's turn the camera down. You don't need to see me anymore. And you also don't need to see my belly when we turn around either. So let me go up here and see what we see. Don't see my belly. Yay, yay. Doesn't look bright either. Let me see what it looks like on the camera when it goes, when we get down there. See all my air bubbles in this little thing? Yeah. It shows a lot of air bubbles, but the reason why is this, it's not sticky, but it's real shiny, so it sticks to my glass mat. See how that comes up? And I wanted to lay it down flat, but it brings on those, so I'm going to have to see how to figure that out. But for right now, because I don't want that shiny stuff doing that, and but I want my little calendar, my little ruler through here, and that's why I've got that on. So anyway, here's about Paper Pumpkin, and as long as you subscribe by the 10th of the month, so when you subscribe by the 10th of July, you can get, I think I printed them out. I did. The new kit that's coming out for actually July, August, and September, because they do it 3 months at a time. We're going to have Hooray for Birthdays, Kindred Greetings, and then we're going to have Aspens of Gratitude going into the fall. But they also, and these are for Paper Pumpkin subscribers only, for like these 3 sets, this little die set will coordinate with all 3 of these. And so every 3 months they have a new die set with a new group of Paper Pumpkins. So that is how that is. The cost of them are $29. And you get to make anywhere, let me see if this one makes 9 cards, 3 each of designs, but you get the holographic foil accents, pre-cut paper pieces, printed stickers, coordinated colors. It tells you what those are. And you'll get a Stampin' Spot to go with all that, which is just a little square cube ink pad. And you get everything to make the card. Adhesives, everything. And this one will make 9 cards. This one makes 10 cards. So that's what Paper Pumpkin is. So I'm going to show you those kits real quick. And what I'm going to do is, I got one of these made. And I forget which one, or I might have both of these made. Or partly made, let's say that. No, this one's not all the way done. Well, this one is. But here's like the little cube that comes in with the stamp set. This is something somebody gave me because we were all working together. And so here's what I have. Now here's the directions. It comes like this. It tells you what the cards are. And this was a thanks, Dad, happy birthday, and a happy Father's Day. I made all of mine happy birthday. But the directions are all right here. Let's turn it the right way. Card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So it tells you what all you're using here as far as inks and stuff like that. What to stamp. The pieces, all the pieces you're going to use. And here is the card. Now you've got this to also look at that card. So this one is this card right here. And so you'll have that to also look at it. It has, this is a piece that you can actually put in with your stamp set that has the stamps that's in there because it has more than you need. So that's what is in with this one. Here's card number 1, 2, and 3, exactly what goes with it. With your directions, like I said, with a picture, you get a ruler, you get, I hope I have everything in here, and I probably don't. I probably have to show you a different one. I don't. Well, yep, I'm right. All right. I have, here are some dimensionals. I used ones I had opened already. So, and here is tear and tape for your adhesive to use. And then here's what these cards look like. Now remember, I did happy birthday with mine. So here is one of them. And so there's nothing on the inside. Now what you can do, you can make alternative cards. I could have cut this card base in half and made 2 cards, put them on a different card base, and then I could have just added some other stuff to this and used the stamps, because you do get a little bit of extra stuff. So there was 3 of those. There was 3 of these, and I think I might have used one already. I do believe I did. And then there's 3 of this one. And you can see they all 3 have something different. And I used all of the embellishments that came with it. And we also have envelopes that match. So that goes with that. And I have just a few, I dropped them all on the floor, like the banners and different things that they had here punched into it. I used all my stuff because I liked it. I really like this set. I like outdoorsy cards for men like that. Now, I didn't open my ink spot because I have all the big pads, so I just used my big pad, and I'm saving this for, like, if I need an extra of the Peaceful Pine in a class, I can open this and stuff like that. So that's a really good thing. And then let me show you one more. Let me see which one I have out here. Let me see if this is the one that is done also. I think it is. Yes, this was the last one. So here's the envelopes for this one. And as you can see, there are different envelopes for this one. And you can even take these envelopes if you want to and make alternative things out of that. And that's going to be another thing I do. I usually make them just like the directions because I always think they're so pretty. So here's one of the directions, and they are lanterns hanging down, wishing you happiness. I'll show you the stamp set in a minute. So there was 3 of those. This was Time to Celebrate. Now, you could do that as a birthday card. You could do that with the 4th of July coming up now and send those out. And this is I Appreciate Your Kindness, which this is the card. And these were some pop-ups that they had for us to use. And then this stamp set, and we stamped the different sayings. Came with a block. And first time people always get a block. I don't know if they send them a whole lot extra than that. And there again, I have my tear and tape. I have some of my jewels left, a few of them, and I will save them. I'll find something to use them on. And then I have a Misty Moonlight ink pad. So this was one of the other kits. This was the May kit. I'm waiting on my June kit to come. They mail those out right after the 10th, usually on the 11th or the 12th. And so I should be getting mine here real shortly. And here is the stamp set right here. And what it is, it's like a little bush, fireworks. They got these going every which way. And little bitty fireworks. And I told you what those said. But here are the trees, and what's funny is they had a stamp with Misty Moonlight, but since this is yellow, they stamped green. Isn't that cool? So the trees in that stamped green, and then this card back here, the trees are, let's open the window, and you can see them down here where they're on yellow again, so they stamped green, and then you had your Misty Moonlight for your sentiments and stuff. I thought that was a really clever idea. This doesn't need to be in there. That's my other sections I can use. And I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. But those are the paper pumpkin kits, and they are really nice. Now, I'm going to show you our everyday kits. I really like those. Those can range from anywhere from $14 for a crafting kit. Crafting kits, when you see our kits collection, crafting kits do not have any stamping on them. Everything is in there for you, but you don't have to stamp anything. That's a fun one if you don't like to stamp, but you want to make cards. The other ones are stamping kits. And you can, they always have something stamping in them. This is the one, well, here, I'll show you this one first. I don't have this one done. It's going to use Cajun Craze as the color. Here's the stamp. It's got birthday wishes, congratulations, time to celebrate, and it's got some little balloons. It's got some jewels. It's got even some little glue dots and some jewels. And we will take, sure we will. I always have to turn this over to get this is the kit. It's called Pretty Party Kit. And it's really, really, really pretty. I just have not had time to do it. And hopefully, I'm going to get to it real soon. Hopefully. But we're going to go ahead and open it, because I want you to see how these kits come. If you haven't bought them, they are, and if you are a beginner and you're just now starting, you know, you might want to try a kit out just to see what you like, instead of buying everything for stamping and then not liking it. And then you've wasted $100 or so. And you can buy a kit anywhere from $14. I think this kit here was like $25. And I started to throw that on the floor, but I didn't mean to throw it on the floor. And this is what you get for, it's this stamp set. This is in whatever words. This is in German. This is in French, I think. So anyway, that is what I have, so I can catalog my stamp set. This has my directions on the front, and it shows they're going to make 9 cards. It also shows on the back everything you get. Stamping block, your embellishments, your stamp set. You'll have all the punch outs for your banners, your card bases, your envelopes, stamp set. All of that will be in here, and then you're going to turn this over, and it's going to show you the cards and what you put. Now, here's embellishments. Here is dimensionals, and here is a glue dot. So, it'll show you on the backs what you put on each thing, on each piece to put it together. So they're very organized and ready to go. So let me put that in here. We're not going to take time to make a card because I just want to show you these. And maybe in another week or two, we'll make some cards out of a kit. So here's my dimensionals. Here is my envelopes, and they are plain with, when you fold that down, you're going to have a pretty stripe on the back, and you could stamp the little balloons on the front. You could even color them if you wanted. Okay, here is the cards. So as you can see, you've got your front and your back. Now you could take this and you could mount this. You could cut it down, mount that on a another piece of cardstock to make a birthday card, and you could get, instead of 9 cards, you could get 18 cards. You won't have 18 envelopes, but you could always use your regular white envelopes or whatever. But that is how you can stretch the value of your card kit. So, anyway, here's the one designed for 3 cards. Here's another, these are all punch outs. Wait a minute here. So, here's another design for the cards. Here's all your banners that you can punch out. And then here is another, this one folds this way. See how pretty those are? And this kind of goes with our, it's called the Balloon Festoon stamp set and dies. So this kind of mimics those sizes. So this one, there's 2 portrait, and then this one is a landscape card, which goes this way. You could still use this. You could use this for any occasion, actually. But anyway, let's look at these the die cuts that they have, so you can see those. So here's our banners, and we have 2 packs. So there's like 3 of each. So you'll have 1 extra of each one. You should have. And so you have those. And then here's your dies. You have some little dies here. You have some big ones. You have a real big one here. You have a banner here. So you get 3 sets of everything because you're going to use these on different cards. Now this is probably on 1 card. So I don't know how they split these up. Here's your 3 for that card. And there's several little dice here. But it shows you how to use those, where to put your dimensionals. And let's look at the directions one more time at the front, the cards that's made on there. So here's our cards. There it is, just with birthday wishes. Here it is with that gold banner right here with the congratulations, and it just has some balloons done with dimensionals. This balloon is actually put over one of the balloons here on the front. And then this one has all these little bubbly things put on it. So that's where your dies go. I love this set. But let me show you a couple that I have made or might have partially made. Let's put all of this back in here. That way I keep everything that I need right in here. That reminds me what color I need. So these are our everyday kits that's in these boxes. Our paper pumpkin ones are in the red boxes. So, and the paper pumpkin is by subscription, but these are in the online kits. This one I haven't put together either, and I think it's really pretty. Whoops. There we go. And it is just sceneries, and they have actually, you have little pop-out frames and that you put on those. Those are really, really pretty. That's one of the, these are the two next ones that I want to do. I really want to do those. And let's see if this one might be my partially done one. Nope. Well, it is partially done. And I'm going to tell you what I did with this one. Here's the envelopes. They're just plain. Here are, these are some of the strips. The, like adhesive strips. There's some dimensionals. Here are the words. Now let me show you, when you get your words like this, you'll see, this is making 3 cards. You're going to see 4 of each one. There's the English one. There's the French one. There's the German one. And I don't know what that one is. I don't speak any other language, so. But anyway, you have these in all of the different languages, because people want to make them in different languages, and we've gone global with these, so that's why they do that. But you will have an English one in every one of these. But I did not want to use these because here's some pieces that are to go onto the cards for like when you're putting that on, but I'm going to wait to use those because I'm going to make every one of my cards into birthday cards. These look manly to me, and I want to do a manly birthday sticker. But what you did on this card is you punch these out of the frame. So you have these you can use on something else on your cards. You know, just regular cards. And then it is use those strips and you pop this up so that your die cut is dimensional. And this is actually your card piece that came together. Was all of this was it was a 3-section, like a tri-panel card. And all you really had to do was add this to the front, and then you're going to add your sentiment. But here's the different ones that it did. That's the same one as that. That's the same one. Here is the lighthouse. And I haven't done this one yet. These are the palm trees. And I have some arches. I can just punch these out, have an arch frame to put on my, use on another card. You know, might as well not waste this stuff. But anyway, I will put that white adhesive strip on here, and then that will pop that one up. And then I'm going to do birthday sayings, I think, on all of them. So they look kind of masculine to me, and I thought that would be some more masculine cards because those are kind of hard to get. So I have everything else in here, and here's some sequins to go on them that'll coordinate with all the colors that's in here. And I can save these little sayings. Sending a little sun, and I could use sending a little sunshine your way, and then put a happy birthday on the inside if I wanted to. Time to celebrate, that could be happy birthday. And then thanks for keeping me afloat, that is just a thank you card. And and then we have our just plain white envelopes for this one. But anyway, and then of course back here, like I showed you before, it shows you everything you're going to get in your kit. So these are in this kit, I think it was like $15 or something like that. I mean, they're different price. The stamping ones are a little bit more because of the stamp sets and stuff. But I wanted to come on here today. I wanted to show you what the kits look like and tell you to maybe try a kit. Now, I did have an event called Blind Date with a Kit, and it went over so well that I really want to try to plan another one for this summer. Whoops. But I just don't know when I'm going to do it. But you can be watching for that. Here, I'm going to, since I'm done, you don't want to look at that orange pad no more, but you probably don't want to look at me either, but that's okay too. That's okay. You just have to bear with me, right? But I wanted to show you the kits because I think they're really nice. They're fun. You know, they make great gifts for friends and stuff that like to craft, that don't really buy stuff to do it themselves and whatever, because we all have those type of friends that, you know, like to come over and stamp with you or do whatever, but they don't buy a lot because they don't ever do it unless they're like with you or with friends that do that. So the kits are really nice things to use for that. And I'm going to, I think, just do it and invite a couple people over to my house that I haven't crafted with, that I know like to craft, but I just haven't done it. And they haven't made cards in so long that I think I'm going to get some crafting kits so they don't have to stamp, because they'll probably say, oh, I don't want to stamp no more. And we'll start off with a crafting kit and show them how to do that. And then if they want to stamp, they can. Paper Pumpkin is a great thing to subscribe to. Like I said, you can cancel anytime. You can go to my online store for all of this, to see the kit collections, to see Paper Pumpkin and subscribe to it. I get Paper Pumpkin monthly, and I should buy it by the year or whatever, but I don't. I just pay for it monthly. And you can also, when you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, like if you really like a kit, they usually bring out kit refills. They run about $13. It has everything in it except for, like, if you have a stamp set, the stamp set, and that's not in it because you already have it. But it has everything else in it for you to make more cards. So I just wanted to let you guys all know that today. I know it's kind of boring for people that don't want to hear about it, but I get excited with their kits. I like to do them, and I have friends that like to do them, and we've gotten together and done a few. And so just, you know, keep that in mind if you want to try them. And if you do and you don't have a inkling of what one you would like to do or whatever, and you need help, let me know. I'll go in there with you and show you what I'd like. But I tell you what, that birthday one I think is beautiful. It's a stamping one, but I think it's beautiful, and it makes such pretty birthday cards. And the manly ones too. I like those too. So anyway, I'm going to go. Kept you long enough, and I hope you have a great Wednesday. I'm with my daughter and my granddaughter. We're actually out going to a little town that none of us have ever been to go to their little shops and just have a good day out. That's my birthday present from my daughter, is to go out with them. I got to pick the place. I got to pick if I wanted breakfast or lunch. I got to pick if I wanted to take my husband or not. You know, it was so funny that she had that little question in there. And he's not going with us. He said, you go with the girls, and he would stay home. He's going to take care of food pantry for me tomorrow, and so I don't have to go. That's a blessing. So anyway, I hope to see you guys on Saturday. I will have a Simply Saturday card, and then we'll be back to our Tuesday video. If you haven't watched the Tuesday video, watch it. It's a cute card. It might look intimidating a little bit, but it's not. It's pretty easy. I think I show a pretty easy way to handle doing it that can come out pretty good every time. So try that card. Try that card for the Tuesday card that I just did. And we will see you all later. Have a great day. Be creative when you can. And we will see you soon, okay? Bye.